Hey everyone, my name is Drew, known on the internet as Like Butter, and today I'm going to be talking about the details of the Gears of War Judgment VIP Season Pass. Now, I have a link in the description below if you want to click that, but basically what it says is, after announcing that Gears of War Judgment will include a Season Pass option for fans to purchase, Epic Games have released information regarding the content and pricing of the VIP Season Pass. So, in this video, I got some execution gameplay since I'm kind of celebrating the fact that Execution is going to be back in Gears of War Judgment in DLC, which comes out on April 2nd, so that's about 2 weeks after the game's release. But I want to talk about whether I think you all should go ahead and get the Season Pass if you're going to be purchasing Gears of War Judgment later on in this month. So it says here in the article, according to Epic, for 1,600 Microsoft points or $20 US, players will have access to all available future Judgment DLC, including 6 multiplayer maps, 2 new game modes, and 9 exclusive unlocks. By purchasing the pass, you'll save roughly 20% compared to if you purchase each piece of DLC separately. So the first thing I want to talk about is there's a lot of other games out there that release multiple DLCs. Let's take an example, Call of Duty. I know that Black Ops and I know that Modern Warfare 3, I'm not 100% about Modern Warfare 3, but I think Modern Warfare 2, each of those games had 4 DLCs for about $15 each. I think there are about 1,200 Microsoft points, something like that. So that's 15, another 15, another 15, and another 15, which equals $60. So technically, to get all the DLC for a Call of Duty game, you're dropping about $120. So what I think y'all should do for this is to get it, because it's only $20, you know, and it sounds like you're going to be getting a lot. You're going to get, like I said, 2 new game modes, which, as far as I'm concerned, the second game mode hasn't been announced yet. I'm assuming they mean the first game mode being Execution, and the second game mode hasn't been announced. And I'm hoping that it's something like a Demolition, some kind of objective game type, so that they can get Gears of War Judgment on the MLG circuit. I'm pushing for them hard. I really want to see it happen. And if there is a chance where it's like borderline between being on the circuit or not being on the circuit, I'm going to do whatever I can to try to help that. But anyways, like I was saying, I think it's going to be a great idea to go ahead and do that, because like I said, you just get so much. And also, this is another bit of information. Perhaps more intriguing though, Season Pass owners will have a permanent double XP boost and early access to the new maps when they're announced to the public. So you're going to receive maps and DLC early, and you're also going to have permanent double XP. Now, I'm sure that that's what Iceman was talking about when he was talking about the section on the menu that said VIP, and you have to be VIP to get into that. So double XP, for those of you who like ranking up fast, I know a lot of you out there get the game just to, get your levels up and get your rank up as fast as possible, because, everyone likes going for rank and level and new weapon skins and stuff like that. So that will be good. So my opinion is to go ahead and get this. I'm pretty sure you can get it with your pre-order if you go to like GameStop or Walmart, wherever you pre-ordered Gears of War Judgment. I think you can go and get the Season Pass before the game's even released. And like I said, it's a good catch, because for only $20 you're going to be spending a total of $80 on it and getting all the DLC. One thing that, it doesn't really upset me, but it's just kind of unfortunate that they're announcing how much DLC they're going to have so early, because that means that they're limiting themselves to how much that they're going to be able to give out. And that's what happened with Gears of War 3, I feel like. I think they were caught between the fact that one of the DLCs was free, and then the other 3 DLCs were covered under the Season Pass that you could get for Gears 3. And then since they really didn't have the money to kind of make more maps or add more maps in without asking people for more, if you know what I'm saying, because they already asked for the DLC, and they stated how many downloadable packs that they were going to release early on when Gears of War 3 came out. And I feel like announcing it too early kind of limited them to that. That's what I was trying to say. And for only $20, I'm assuming that there's only going to be 3 downloadable patches. I'm assuming. Or this could be a good thing, and there's going to be a lot of DLC, and some of it's going to be free. Like, I know the Execution DLC is going to be free, so maybe that $20 is going to go towards the other 3 DLCs that are going to come out. I feel like I've said DLC like a ton of times, but that's what this commentary is about. So I'm excited for that. I will definitely be getting it with the pre-order, and it sounds like it's going to be really good. For the simple fact that you're going to be able to have the maps earlier. That's what it looks like from here, and they're trying to get opinions on, do you think it's fair, do you think it's unfair? And I think it's pretty fair, because like I said, with these other games, they're charging so much more, even though they may be giving more map packs and stuff like that. I still think it's a good buy personally. So if you were on the edge of figuring out like whether you wanted to buy it or not buy it, I'd say go ahead and go with it. And I don't know if it's going to have any server issues. I know one huge problem with Gears of War 3 is that if you didn't have the downloadable content, you couldn't play on servers, and it made it really hard because I could tell the difference. It was a huge difference. Like, you would go on servers, and then I'd play with a friend who didn't have the downloadable content, and it would be like 2-second bullet lag like Gears of War 2 was, and it was really, really terrible. So just to get rid of all of that, you're going to save a lot of money getting the pass. Like I said, 20% of $20, that's a pretty good chunk, so it's probably going to be around like $30 for all of it, something like that. But I think just buying it all up front is probably the best idea. So I'm going to be doing a Gears of War pre-judgment podcast pretty soon with Iceman. I just texted him a little while ago, and we haven't done one of those in about a week, and I want to get at least 5 of those episodes out so that we can continue to talk about Gears of War Judgment. Like, a lot of people, since the new Execution news has come out, have changed their mind about the game, and that's good because I'm 110% super excited for Gears of War Judgment. Like, I can't say that I've been any less excited for Gears of War, or any more excited. I feel like that was wrong, but I'm saying this is probably the most excited I've been for a Gears of War game. And I was excited for Gears of War 3, but before playing the beta, I wasn't completely sure if it was going to be a game that I enjoyed, because I mentioned this before in a video. I think it hasn't been in a very long time though, but I started off in Gears 1 and absolutely loved it. It was my passion. I've played Gears 1 like it was my job. I played it every day for multiple hours. I loved it. And then when Gears 2 came out, like, I dealt with it, but I feel like I kind of dealt with it just because I had a big YouTube channel and I had a lot of fans who wanted to see a lot of Gears of War 2 because it was new, it was different, and I didn't personally like the game at all, and I think a lot of it had to do with my connection. My connection isn't very good. I have like a 20 download now, but I only have like a 1.7 upload, and I know some of you out there have worser connections than me, and I feel for you, trust me, it sucks. But at the point of Gears 2, I had an even worse connection than that. I had like a 0.8 upload and possibly like a 10 download at the most. I don't know why Time Warner Cable has like 20 downloads pretty decent, but like 2 upload is not very good. So like I don't know why they don't ever balance their upload and their download. I don't know. Anyways, so with that, you won't have any server issues. You'll have a lot better experience on the game. And from what I've seen on the game, like it's sticking to its Gears of War roots enough, but changing enough to not feel like the same exact game. So there's a lot of features that I'm going to really enjoy, and seeing that they have the new controller layout, it's not going to really hurt the hardcore Gears of War fans because it's easier. It's just an easier controller scheme. So it's going to be easier even for the people that have been playing Gears of War. But it's also easier for the people who are just going to start playing and have never experienced a Gears of War game before. And I'm very welcoming of all new players. I know it's going to be frustrating because you got to look at it from the new player's perspective. Like, they're going to use weapons that they feel like they're going to do the best with. So they may not necessarily know that the Retro Lancer and the sawed-off shotgun is really looked down upon. And I think at some point in this video, I actually have my browser up right now so I can't see the gameplay. I can hear it in my headset. I think I down humped somebody with sawed-off shotgun, and it's been a long time since I did that. I don't even know why I did. It gets very frustrating when people use weapons that I feel are very cheap, but at the same time, like, you can't expect a new player that's never played the game before or never watched a YouTube video about Gears of War and expect them to know that it's kind of frowned upon. So you really can't blame those new players. They're gonna want to do good, you know. No one likes doing bad in a video game. No one likes getting on a video game and getting destroyed, and then, you know, you just can't blame it. So I'm just hoping that this Gears of War community, this YouTube community, this MLG community, whatever it may be, is very welcoming of new players and new ideas, because that's the only way that this is going to go on and this is going to grow. And that's one thing about some of the other Call of Duties, some of the other games like Call of Duty. They have a bigger community because the game's easier to play, and that's how Gears of War Judgment's going to be. So we just need to be very very respectful of the new players. Now, I have a little example for you guys. I bought Counter-Strike OS. What was it called? I don't know. Combat offensive. I don't know. Offensive combat. That's what it was. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I bought it for the PC. I really never play PC shooters besides games like DayZ and stuff like that. I never played like a shooter like that game. And I got on and I was doing terrible. I was doing absolutely awful. I was going like 2-7, 2-8, like fucking terrible numbers. And I actually stopped playing the game because I was getting yelled at by people and people telling me that I suck and that I should play a different game, that I never played the game again. I swear to God, I swear to you guys, I bought it for $20 on Steam or $25, whatever it was, and I played it for one day, got yelled at by a bunch of people, and just never went back and played the game again. And that's how, like, when I saw that, I realized, I was like, wow, like, that feels really shitty. That does not feel good. That does not make me want to play that game. And I will not go play that game because I don't want to play a game that I'm not very good at. Even like with League of Legends, I was so bad at the game. So fucking bad. It was terrible. But my friends stuck with me and taught me and helped me learn. They weren't yelling at me and telling me I sucked and this and that. So if you're new to Gears of War, I suggest playing with your friends, because the last thing I want is somebody that you guys don't even know to give you an opinion on how you play and yell at you for the way that you're playing, because that's not fun, you know, that's not a good time. And I remember those days when I was like, oh, that kid should go back and play Call of Duty, and that kid sucks and this and that. And now that I had it actually happen to me, back when offensive combat came out, I don't even fucking know what the game is. So can somebody put in the comment section below what the name of the fucking new Counter-Strike was? Anyways, now that happened to me, I know how it feels, and it doesn't feel good, you know. And I know some of you have probably been in those shoes, maybe not with a Gears of War game, but maybe with like some other game that you guys tried playing. But anyways, I mainly wanted this video to be about the VIP pass, but I got a little sidetracked. But for those of you who follow me over here for my Gears of War content or whatever it may be, you know that sometimes I get sidetracked in my commentaries, and it's kind of weird because I feel like I'm having a conversation with you guys before I'm technically like having the conversation. Like, I'm just sitting here in my room. It's 2:29 a.m. and I'm literally speaking to a microphone. Like, for people who would know nothing about videos or YouTube, would probably come in and like think that I was like super crazy. And it's just funny how these days we can have conversations over the internet just by me sitting in front of my mic and telling you guys how I feel. I just think it's crazy. But anyways, this gameplay is coming to an end. If you guys enjoyed the video or learned something new, as always, I really appreciate if you drop a like and a comment, and it really helps me out. And I will talk to you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody.